game just kind of crashed, and along with the stream. So we're just gonna keep on trucking, and hopefully that doesn't happen again. If it does, we'll have to call it a early stream tonight. Which would suck, because I really wanted to fight. Anyway. Evading Juno. Juno, Oslo, Knight of Blood. You're fine, Dean, don't worry. He just kind of randomly does that sometimes. Hopefully it doesn't again. If it does, we might have to call it an early stream tonight. There we go. How's that for a Knight of Blood? And now with that, we have finished our final quest for the Volcano Manor. This is actually one of my personal favorite armor sets here. Makes me feel like I'm a Castlevania character. That's why stream crash. You vanquished the host. I suck ass when it comes to PvP. This is, like I said, this is all quests for Volcano Manor. But we're gonna keep the Raging Wolf, just to stick with the John Elden Ring motif for the time being. Okay, back to Tanith.
I see that you stayed the path of champions. This is your usual reward. Please, take it.
Taker's cameo. Yay.
Perhaps you are ready. Might you see our Lord? Our Lord will no doubt welcome you. Another kindred spirit, treading the path of champions.
Sure, let's go see Rykard.
As it should be. Now, close your eyes for a moment. I will transport you to the Lord's chamber. Farewell, then. May your visit be fruitful.
Fruitful? What does she mean by that? Hmm. Now I would right card be behind a boss wall. Oh. Serpent Hunter. Weapon that serves as both great sword and spear, thought to have been used to hunt an immortal great serpent in the distant past. It manifests a long blade of light when facing such a creature. When their master's heroic aspiration degenerate into mere greed, his men search for a weapon with which they might halt their lord. Unique skill, Great Serpent Hunt. Perform a powerful forward lunge and follow up with an upward thrust via additional input. When fighting a Great Serpent, a long white blade will appear, revealing the armament's true power. Wonder if that ball is considered a Great Serpent. Let's go find out, shall we? Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah! Ow. Oh, jeez. Putting it there for no reason. Alright. Boss defeated. Simple as that. Huh? Why is there a cutscene? It's game over, right? Ugh. Did I count him up that bad? What the hell?
Very well.
What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 7 fingers. Say the funny line.
Join myself and King as remedy. Together we will devour the very core.
This is Radon and Ronnie's brother, by the way. Yeah, welcome to hell, by the way. There we go. Rykard's Great Rune, Remembrance of the Blasphemous. Yeah, so that's one of my favorite renditions of like the Storm Ruler type of boss fight where you need a specific weapon to fight him. What makes it cool is you don't have to... I used it a lot, but you don't have to use the weapon art like that. You could use just regular attacks and it'll still fight. What's cool is you can actually apparently use this as a regular weapon as well. Like outside of combat. Surcoat. What the hell is a random shirt like that doing in here? You can also make this fight even easier if you wanted to, and just you go and upgrade it with Somber Stones, which I thought was a pretty neat thing to do, but I'm also not going to because I was clearly level high enough to do that. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything in here also. Because I think the eye coat is the only thing in here. Okay. Yeah. Elena, what are you doing here?
There is something I'd like to say. My purpose was given to me by my mother, but now I act of my own volition.
Okay.
I have set my heart upon the world that I would have, regardless of my mother's designs. I won't allow anyone to speak ill of that, not even you.
Okay, I won't.
Shall I turn your runes to strength? Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
Oh dear. Rykard heard what you were about to say.
Your thoughts, your ambitions, the principles you would...
Actually, I might have enough runes in here to get another level. Remembrance of the Blasphemy. The power of the namesake... Rykard took the form of a giant serpent that he might devour, grow, and live eternally.
I understand the road of blasphemy is long and perilous. One cannot walk it unprepared to sin.
Actually, we'll use that later. I want to read some of his items that you can get with that. But I did want to read this right here. Surcoat. Brown surcoat draped over chainmail. The insignia emblazoned on the front marks out the wearer as the eyes and ears of Sir Gideon the All-Knowing. I was going to say, what if he just pulled a button out of his mouth that said, "You're a winner," and the results screen came up? Maybe. That'd be pretty nutty. That wouldn't be too out of the ordinary, considering he eats all of his, what's it called? Inquisitors who go around hunting, clearly. Because those aren't his arms, those are all the little arms that were crawling out of him, were all the guts and stuff of other tarnished. Also, this implies that Gideon sent somebody to their death to try to check in on Rykard. Pretty nifty, right? Anyway, let's go tell Tanith the good news. Hey, Tanith.
You... It's true then. You've defeated our lord. No. I must thank you. Our lord was yet weak. You have taught us that. Defeat is not the end. Our lord is immortal, and will one day rise again. Stronger. Until then, I must stay the path.
Excuse me.
My part. I will leave the Volcano Manor before long. I suggest you do the same. I will miss these encounters. The champion who walks the tainted path shines all the more. I always was an admirer. This is farewell. Perhaps we will meet again along the path. This is perhaps
Alright, so that's it for there. Yeah, I actually know which one you're talking about. That's the end in Metal Gear Solid 3. It's kind of a standoff between, because he's an ancient sniper, so that's his last battle. If you set your PlayStation, like you start that fight and then you set it to like either you wait the full week actually, or you set it like a week in advance, it'll then trigger that aspect and you could just skip the fight altogether. It's actually a pretty neat detail. Do you hear me, Snake? I am the end. It's one of the cooler bosses in that game. My thanks. Alright, so the ghost that made this weapon has left us with a emote. Anyway, Banal, did you hear the good news?
So, you killed Rykard.
That I did.
I harbor you no ill will. The strong take. Such is our code. Even he was prepared to meet a wretched end when he first took blasphemy unto his very flesh. But any road, the Volcano Manor is no more. Though we may yet fulfill an old promise. We hunted our own kind, and took what was theirs. And with everything in hand, the time has come to rise against the Erd Tree. O greater will, hear my voice. I am the recusant Bernal, inheritor of my brother's will, and you will fall to my blade. We refuse to become your pawns. Consider this fair warning. Oh, greater, I am the we refused.
Alright. So Bernal's out. Let's go see if Patches thinks of this whole endeavor.
Now you've gone and killed Rykard.
Mm-hmm.
You scheming little bastard. Cripes, you make this nonsense seem, well, less nonsensical. Perhaps a Tarnished will be Elden Lord after all. But for now, this manor is finished. The demigod beast is slain, and Tanith has lost her head. A fine mess. But how else could it end? When Daddy Ambition's head over heels courting Lady Blasphemy. Well, here I am, untethered, once again. Goodbye, my friend. What is it? Oh, come to make a parting donation to Patch's Emporium?
Nothing left here I need.
Stingy little beggar. Try to find it in your heart next time, eh? What is it? Oh, come on. Try to...
TheArgoNinja said in an interview he wants to be recreated as an AI after he dies so he can still collaborate on projects. He does not understand how that works at all. Yeah, you'd think somebody like Kojima, who's written all different kinds of stories about AI and stuff between Metal Gear and all that, he'd probably have a better idea of like the dangers when it comes to AI. Like if he wants to put his brain in a cyborg body, I would get that all that much, but like you don't, that's definitely not you coming back as numbers. Anyway, Tanith's gone. Patches is gone. And lastly, Burnell is gone. But he left his Zweihander. Just like mine. And we spend money on a sword that teaches more skills. But a lot of these we can't really even use with what's it called? With a colossal greatsword. So it's kind of moot. Door is blocked shut. Okay. So before, I figured we'd do some side quest stuff after fighting Rykard, because, won't lie, was expecting to fumble that one a little bit. I've just gotten that good. No, but I'm just going to do some little more things left with Volcano Manor real quick. Like, for example, I didn't mean to come here. Did I forget? Oh, yeah. That's real annoying. 2 graces on top of each other like that. So we come back here, and look who we find. Patches, of all people.
Oh, you again. A shame you had to see me like this. Oh, I had a bit of a slip-up, that's all. I should have stuck to what I know best. No matter. I know I can trust you. Gullible, yes, but a good soul. Make certain that Tanith gets this. Oh, it's nothing, it's just... makes me sick to see her all bent out of shape. Come on, Tanith, back on your high horse where you belong. You're able then? Then I can rest easy, my friend.
Alright, so he just kind of passes out and he gives us... What does he give us? Dancers' castanets. Castanets used by dancers from distant lands. Used by foreign lands, received from Patches. The passionate dance compromises no seductiveness, but merely a dignified beauty. Actually, we should check on Zoraiya real quick. saw a video when I was a kid where these guys went to Disneyland in hopes of finding Wolf's brain and putting it in a toy robot they had. It could kick a soccer ball. I don't know how the hell you would be able to find Walt's brain in the middle of Disneyland. I know the rumor is it's in the bronze statue in Magic Kingdom in Disney World. I know I've heard that take before, but it's one of those things where it's like, if that is true, there's no way in hell a Disney company is just gonna have his brain easily out in the open like that, at the very least without some form of security. That also sounds like the start of a Metal Gear game. Oh yeah, I forgot, there's the scary Albinorks here. Bad Peanut. Bad rotten peanut. Ow, my shins. Oh, she's still here.
You're not willing to kill me, are you? You've always been so kind and uncompromising. I suppose I knew in my heart of hearts how kind and uncompromising you always were.
Okay. So now... gotta reboot the area real quick. Like, I don't think Kojima wrote much for Metal Gear Rising. I think Platinum took most of that. Because, like, the whole thing with the children soldiers in brains that are just brains to work with, like, robots and stuff, I'm like, that's not a real thing you think is going to happen, right? I'm still stuck on the whole idea of Kojima thinking he will be there when he's the AI. It's like, nope. It's like teleporters. I don't trust teleporting myself now when you think about being broken down and then reassembled on the other side. Is that actually me, or is that a new consciousness? You remember Cartoon Network movie where a kid was given... Not Walt Disney's brain. Yeah, I know which one it is you're talking about. It's the, like the little gopher characters and the alligator. I forgot what it's called. Like Tune Out, I think. Ooh, pick up item. Zoraya's letter and Daejeker's woe. I remember distinctly what always threw me off was they kept the kid. I forgot what his name was, like Tommy or something. Because that was first a movie, which was like, you know, alright, as is, but then they turned it into an actual show. This was around the time when Cartoon Network, emphasis on cartoon, wasn't doing cartoons. What I always thought was weird is they recast his best friend and his love interest as two different characters, and I remember it being distinctly because in the movie they were both Asian, but then in the show they were black. But they kept everyone else, though, from what I remember. It's one of those things that like threw me off. It's like, oh wow, if they did, it's not necessarily whitewashing in that regard, but it's like, huh, they didn't expect that drastic of a change. If they got like different Asian kids to play them, I don't know, it just stood out. Well, oh damn it, I didn't want to waste that. Anyway. Not that it really matters in the long run, you know, because that show was kind of alright. Nothing really remarkable about it. Anyway, why am I going down here? I remember seeing the host of Destroy, Rebuild, Destroy going on the commercial scene to help raise money to help rebuild Japan after the big tsunami. Yeah, Andrew WK. It was very awkward giving his show's theme. Oh yeah, build, destroy, build, destroy. Yeah. That's like if someone were to... I just realized this is a giant skin. Gross. Not to mention his music is like very... Like the one really big song everyone likes is "You better get ready to die, get ready to die." It's like... Ew. And actually, I wanted to read the note that Zoraya left us, and then the juxtaposition of what that weird face we got was. Zoraya's letter. Farewell letter written in an expert hand. In an inexpert hand. I wish to set out on a journey, so that one day I can carry on Mother's work. Be the proud daughter of Tanith of Volcano Matter. Farewell. You've always been so kind, so uncompromising, my champion. So yeah, she gets a happy ending. She just goes out and lives. And tries to find her purpose. Anyway, this is also the thing she left. Is Daedeker's woes. Disturbing likeness of a woman whose skin was flailed. She smiles with a serene tenderness. Increases damage taken. It is said that this woman named Daedeker indulged in every form of adultery and wicked pleasures imaginable, giving birth to a myriad of grotesque children. So this is both somehow, this obviously isn't, but this gives the same energy as the Bed of Chaos and Calameet's eye in Dark Souls. But it's one of those things where you're like, when you realize she had this. This is one of those talismans that only really make it more difficult for you. You don't get any extra runes because of it, just things hurt you more. It's like, it doesn't seem like a good trade. Anyway, back to Rykard. Get ready. We're going to continue this disturbing train real quick. As it loads in. And I want you to listen real carefully.
What is it? I have no need of that. I must continue devouring my beloved lord. Oh, you... Allow me some time. Our lord's carcass is vast, and not easily consumed. Dear Rykard, please, find purchase within me. I wish to be your serpent, your family. One day, let us devour the gods together. Dear Rykard, please, find purchase within me. I wish to be yours one day.
Do you hear it? That gross like fleshy noise is her actually chewing him. It's so fucking disgusting. This whole area is so gross. Ugh, make it stop.
My lord, Rykard.
Well, that was easy. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. I knew I'd have to fight you. Holy shit. Get out of here. Aspect of the Crucible. Breath. Also, Tanith doing a 180 with her head. Also kind of creepy. Consort's mask, robe, trousers. Yeah, you don't hear it anymore now. That was literally her chewing. It's so gross. Alright. There is an AI Walt Disney in a touring Disney 100 exhibit. It's just a deep fake while reading a short script that an AI wrote after listening to Walt talk on the Disneyland show. Of course there is. Disney's now starting to really get lampooned in the whole AI thing. Like the Secret Invasions intro, or is it credit sequence, is AI animation. It's like, oh great, glad to see things are going so well. Anyway, I just want to read the items you can get. Blasphemous Blade. Sacred Sword of Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy. Remains of the countless heroes he has devoured writhe upon the surface of this blade. Now they share the same blood, bound together as family. Some HP is restored upon defeating an enemy. Unique skill, Taker's Flames. Raise the sacred sword aloft to set ablaze with the blasphemous flames, then bring it down to fire off a forward blade. The flames steal HP from those they touch. Hey, what up? Welcome to the stream, Kareem. Just missed it. We beat Rykard. And then Rykard's Rancor. The terrible power of Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy, summons searing spirits that leave a trail of delayed explosions in their wake. These spirits manifest from the Rancor of heroes who met a violent end. The Lord granted them an audience, whereupon they were welcomed by the maw of the great Serpent, and within the Serpent's bowels they become the Lord's skin. Thank you very much, Kareem. Anyway, we're not going to get those items. Also, it bothers me that they're all spell casting, or they're all sorceries from the Volcano Manor, but they're also faith. I don't want to carry around a stick to do spells. Lore looking good. Yep. Always. I like to read off the lore sometimes. I already read the blasphemous one as is, so we're just going to go ahead and use that to get more runes. You see the AI Mission Impossible script. A computer program watched 1,000 hours of Mission Impossible and wrote a short script where Tom Cruise interrogates the sun and talks about meatballs. See, that's funny. I don't mind AI if it's not used for, like, obviously replacement of hard work, but, like, if you're doing shit posts like that, it's fine by me. But, like, when I see all these people on Twitter who are like, oh, I'm a true artist, I made a story about children and how AI is good with the AI ChatGPT and AI art. It's like, you did nothing. I'm downloading Elden Ring update right now because, man, Dark Souls 3 is like a one-time thing. Twitter, lol. Yeah, no, exactly. Also, Dark Souls 3, very good game. But this game takes it to a whole new level. Anyway, so I figured what we do now is, now that we're set with the Volcano Manor and such, we're not gonna go to the top of the giants. We are gonna go and do some quests and stuff, side quests that we might have missed, starting with Fia's whole thing. And we need to return to this great divine tower. Actually, hang on. Scratch that. We're going to a different divine tower because I forgot I have a great rune to summon. History and linear design is killing my enjoyment. I mean, that's fair. I always I never really had an issue with doing things linear in these games because even in this, once I played through it all, I kind of just go down like a checklist and path as such. But I get why it's not for everyone. Okay, game. Thank you. I needed the thing to load in. Where is it? Here it is. If I can't get OP from the very start, I will not play your game. I mean, that's fair. I do feel like getting OP from the start is a good example in Dark Souls 1 with this Zweihander right out of the grave. I think I've been doing replaying. I just got done replaying through the trilogy, and I've been doing a Zweihander run. And I've come to the conclusion that strength is like do what you want. Exactly. I've come to the conclusion that if you're want to just rip through everything like it's butter, a good strength build will get you through it just fine. Though I like to mix up some arcane and faith in between, because those are my favorite spells. Because I can just... Why learn to move a rock through magic when you can just throw it yourself? See? Zweihander bro with fire infusion is a pure giant dad vibe. True, true. I went with a heavy infusion just because I like more strength, and I destroyed the Abyss Watchers like it was nothing. Kind of weird that they... Well, not really actually weird that they put that there, because then you can switch runes right there and then. Giant dad build is fun. Anyway. Great Rune restored. Rykard's Great Rune. Here it is. The Great Rune of the Shardbearer Rykard. Its blessing restores HP upon defeating enemies. Rykard was amongst the children of Rennala and Radagon, who became demigods' stepchildren after Radagon's union with Queen Marika. But Rykard fed himself to the blasphemous Serpent, Great Rune and all. I'm mad they didn't add Pinwheel, right? Pinwheel Mask in Dark Souls 3. Ring of Evil. In a nutshell. Yep. You just get all your health back if you use that rune, the what's his name? The cameo with Rykard on it, Talisman, and then also the great sword you get from his remembrance. Just heal everything. Alright, anyway, let's see. We're gonna start back to this Divine Tower again, because we have the little hourglass thing that Ronnie gives us after we get the finger slaying blade. Malenia, Great Rune is Bloodborne. Yep. What sucks though about that though is unless you somehow force your way early, that one kind of becomes useless towards the end game, because everything either hits you in one hit or you hit everything in one hit. But that is a bullshit bot. I've kind of come around Malenia. I definitely rely on the Bloodhound step or whatever to beat her, but I manage. Anyway, she's overrated, to be honest. That's fair. She's definitely, I'd say the hardest, but I definitely would... Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Everything's getting all wavy. What is this, Zelda N64? Haha, funny reference. And the world is turning upside down now. And going to shit. Design is cool. Music, cool. But gameplay is meh. I still like her. I definitely, when I first played this, I definitely put her like... She's definitely, I think, the hardest. But where did I get those runes? I'm getting sidetracked by everything. I still say because of her waterfowl and healing, she's definitely the toughest boss that FromSoft have made. But I would lower her just above Orphan of Kaz because of how, like, the different crazy builds you can do to solve those issues fighting her. That's just me, though. Hey, gross hands. Get out of here. But that's not a problem, because I can ignore her, because I'm playing Elden Ring and not Dark Souls 3. True. Very true. Anyway, here's not Celavis. I personally don't like fighting Celavis. Or not Celavis, this guy. So we're just having a spell casting off. My cool magic versus his nerd magic. Ow. Elden Ring allows you to skip 90% of the bosses. That they do, but I like fighting bosses, so I tend to go for all of them. Ah, damn it. I forgot. He likes to move around. Which is why we're doing all the side quests and stuff that involve having to get bosses. And there I go to my death. I done messed up. I will say I'm curious to see how well I'll be able to do against her with a Zweihander. Usually I do power stancing with either long swords or curved swords or katanas. I'm a guy who fight the bosses that I like, so yeah, Radahn doesn't exist in my world. That's a shame. Radahn is one of my favorite bosses. Radahn, Rykard, and Mohg are probably my top 3 favorite bosses in this game, with Mohg being the very top. Also, I don't feel like having to do that again, so we are just gonna get out my bow and just shoot him and poison him from all the way up here. Do I have many other poison? I do. But they don't have fletch, they don't have feathers on them, so they're not gonna get that far. I mean him, but I don't fight him again. Alright. Okay. Wait, hang on. I forgot there's 3 hands just here. Ow. Come on, you bastard. There we go. Ow. Ignore boss. I say to myself, this boss doesn't exist. Didn't add him. It's like removing stuff from the game by using your imagination, I'm assuming. Yep, imagination. That's what I thought you said. I guess that's the magic of this game, is you can make it as... You can add as much of your time to it as you want. I killed a hand. I didn't mean to. Yep, there he goes. Sorry, English kind of detail. You're good. No, it's fine. I saw the I am on PlayStation and I had to look back at YouTube proper to see the rest of it. I got what you were saying. Mask of the Confidence. Ah, dang it. Sir, I need you to stop hitting me. Thank you. I love how I get armor from ghosts. Anyway, love when I have the ability to make my boss order. It's like making your own game progress. Yeah, no, it's great. I usually like to go Godric, then Renala, then Loretta from Carrion Manor, then back to Radon, then up to Morgott, then Rykard, then everything else. And then Moog, and then Melania, and then the rest of the game. Obviously, there's other stuff here and there in between, but there's too many things to list all at once. Oh, I guess he doesn't drop anything else. It's like 5 bosses from each map. True. Okay, where am I going now? Oh yeah, right. I forgot. You don't go up. You go down now. So we keep going down, 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 down. See, my boss order is kind of silly. I've always thought about, like, because you're able to go around Stormvale Castle, I'm like, what if I just ignored Godric till the end and just wipe him out in one fell swoop? That would be pretty wild. I'm just looking around to see if there's any items up here before I go down one more. Like that guy right there. I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's just the 2 right down there. Down we go. Glintstone Ferry. Look, I like Dark Souls 2, so when I make Elden Ring order, I'm fighting Guardian Golem. Because Last Giant, and you get the idea. Dark Souls 2 is one of those games that I feel like I get better when it comes, like, these games get easier the more I play them, but Dark Souls 2 is just one of those where I'm just like, I've beaten it 4 times now and it never gets easier, to me, honestly. Which is funny because there's a lot of motifs and mechanics in this game that were very present in Dark Souls 2. To the point where it's like Dark Souls 2 is like the game I imagine, or Elden Ring is like nah, get ganked on. Yeah, no, exactly. That's one of my least favorite aspects, like the grave diggers in what's it called? In the Sunken Kingdom DLC. Because what sounds fun, like fighting Havel and 2 extra assholes that snipe and bleed you to death. Elden Ring is DLC. Ooh, if it was great with open world at DLC3. Pretty much. The way I see it, Elden Ring is Dark Souls 2 minus the Stockholm Syndrome I see a lot on Twitter. I could go on a whole tirade why I don't like Dark Souls 2, but I'm not going to. I'm going to enjoy this game instead as I get ready to fight, oh, you know, just a random encounter out of nowhere. Right about now. No, that was not garbage, but not great. Yeah, it clearly they did something right. That appeals to some people. But to me, it's one of those things where I also kind of screwed myself over because I played Dark Souls 2 after playing through 1, 3, Bloodborne, and Sekiro. So the well was already kind of poisoned from there. So it's a question of quality of life changes as the games go on. I refuse to get run over, you bastard. There we go. Cool fact, the people who worked on Dark Souls 2 also helped in Elden Ring. Oh my god, no! You don't say! I'm kidding. Anyway, down you fat bastard. Godskin noble hood, robe, bracelets, trousers. Now we're gonna slowly make our way up to this divine tower. Elden Ring has that Dark Souls rich world vibe. Yeah, no, like you have the queen ordering her king to go fight the giants. You have power stancing. You have basilisks. I always see the one comparison all over the place that has like a chart that has a lot of story beats to it in this that Dark Souls 2 also has. Also twin blades. Yep, twin blades, that too. Also, I should get rid of this so I don't use it again by accident. I will give Dark Souls 2 credit. It has my favorite armor set in the entire series. I think the Faram armor set, like the set you see on the cover of the game, is the best armor that they've ever created. I just love the T-visor of the helmet, the white kind of coat, shoulder pads. I just like it a lot. The horn, not the horn, but like the way how the helmet top is like a bit of a angle to that. It was next level fashion Souls, yeah. Which makes me so happy that Dark Souls 3 has the Faram armor set, so I can like, oh good, I can play in this armor in a much more tolerable game. What about Elden Ring? Actually, I think Elden Ring kind of has the weaker armor sets by comparison to the other games. Like this armor set I like a lot. I'm not usually thrilled with like the hair on helmets, but something about it kind of works well. Like I'm like some sort of Viking warrior. But yeah, I don't really care about like the way how the helmets from all the knights look like peanuts. Like this, I don't care about. You got the classic knight helm, so if you want to use that. And also this I use a lot, but Elden Ring has drip. It does in like other ways, but like I like knight armor a lot. So there are kind of a few lesser options by comparison. I do appreciate the use of what's it called? The needle. Like you can tailor your own what's it called? Armor and stuff. Like if you want to just take the hat off of Alberic's hat and just have this weird like face rag, you can do that. Like you can put the cloak back on that, you can put the cloaks on that. Elden Ring armor is amazing and easy to get. Definitely is. This armor set though is like want to get cool stuff, beat the dancer at level 15 with a one weapon. I don't know if I'd say it takes that long. I think the armor that you get in the Road of Sacrifices that like has the hood, and it's like old swamp-colored knight armor, but it also has like a hood and cloak on it. I think that set is pretty cool. You start out at knight armor as one of the classes as an option. I think that's pretty cool. Like I said, I don't know why I'm... What's it called? Why I'm not just going down, teleporting. I don't know why I'm going down the Divine Tower. Bro, that armor is boring. I like knight armor, so there you go. I love it. Makes you look like a cool rogue. Is Tarkus armor in 3? I don't know. I know you fight like a not Tarkus. Tarkus armor is pretty cool. Give me my fashion souls. I guess my fashion is very limited because I like knight armor, so I usually stick to mixing certain other armors as such. So it has high colorus. What is that? High colorus. Let me look that. I'll look that up in a second. I'm being shot by orcs. Collars, okay. I mean, yeah. Dark Souls 3's got very mute colors when it comes to the game, but I like those armor sets though, regardless of lack of color. Anyway. Oh yeah, no, I didn't get this yet. Dark Souls gray, gray, gray. It gets a little red and yellow in the Ring City. I don't feel like fighting him, so I'm just gonna shoot him from afar, if this will reach. There he is. It goes gray, gray, burnt gray, green, icy blue, and then orange and yellows. Ring City is the only S tier part of Dark Souls 3. I like higher Lothric Castle. Damn it. Fine, you want to fight for real? The problem I've had with Dark Souls 2, though, is their areas make no sense, like, geographically. Like, there are some areas that you walk down a hall and all of a sudden you're in a hellhole. Like, you have Earthen Peak, a world of poison. Hey, Crucible, Horn Shield. A world of poison. Then you take an elevator up to Iron Keep, and you're now in a mountain hellhole of lava where you couldn't see it before going up into Earthen Peak, so it just kind of... it just exists out of nowhere. Which, again... but it's a video game. Yeah, but what makes Dark Souls and, like, Soulsborne so good is FromSoft's pretty good when it comes to laying out the architecture and environments pretty damn well. Maybe Souls fans care about that so much. Yeah. A little bit. It's one of the things I appreciate the most out of the game. Atmosphere, locales, designs, music. I look a lot into that. I don't blame them. Dark Souls 1 was amazing. Yeah. Only problem with it is, like, the halfway point gets kind of not distressful, but like really obnoxious with some of the areas. Just especially Lost Isola. Alright. Also, Kareem, if in case this is your first time on this channel, I'm also an artist and animator, so I kind of take a lot of inspiration from the Soul series when it comes to my stuff, so I always look into certain aspects of it. Tomb of the Giants. Tomb of the Giants, not fun. There are areas like that I don't finish, like get all the items in, because I can't stand walking around in the dark like that. Order healing. I order you to be healed. Hey, look at that. We can just dive down right there, but we won't, because that'll kill us instantly. Tomb of the Giants has that Dark Souls 2 gameplay. Exactly. That's the thing. The FromSoft has always had this balancing act between two aspects. Challenge, like they want to challenge their players, and then a quick fuck you. So every so often there's just FromSoft where giving you the finger in certain aspects, and as they've gotten, I won't say older, as they've made more games over the years, there's less and less of fuck you and more of, like, you know, reasonable, like, things to get around certain situations. They didn't call it Dark Souls for no reason. Actually, they called it Dark Souls because they wanted to call it Dark Ring. Oh god. Oh god. See, here's the fuck you part. They initially wanted to call the series Dark Ring, but somebody in the UK is like, that sounds a little bit of an innuendo. Don't want to go and use that then there, alright? So that's why it's called Dark Souls. Which is now funny as we come full circle and now we have Elden Ring. I refuse. Okay. Oh, you can just... You have all the stamina, eh? Ow. There we go. Elden Ring took everything that made Souls games unfun and removed them. Exactly. Like you have the summons, the Ash summons. You have the ability to craft materials and items to use, like resin and all that. No, we don't want to give him armor yet, but that's Dee's brother right there. God damn it, did they not? Alright, fine, whatever. These guys shouldn't be too hard, I think. Valiant gargoyles. I'm always surprised how gargoyles seem to make it through this series. No more weapons breaking. That is a godsend. Sekiro and Elden Ring are constantly in the fight for my #1 spot, and they both have the trait in common of not having breakable weapons. That too, it's like a garden hose with a removable nozzle. Ow. Nope, there's the other one. Oh god. Oh my god. See, like this part right here, this is where the fuck you starts to come in. Especially this poison that trails all over the place. Oh my god. Just let me get this one variant. There we go. Okay. Ow. Okay. There we go. Enough of you. Brah. Brah. Gargoyles. Great sword and twin blades. Anyway. Lord's Forgotten, and you can infuse one with stone. Gargoyles was in Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, maybe even Bloodborne, because they were flying enemies, and Dark Souls 3, and now Elden Ring. Trying to think what were the flying enemies in. Trying to think if there were the gargoyles off the top of my head. I love that Elden Ring added the Adjudicator's Shield and the Phalanx Mob dealing, so yeah. More ways than one. Demon Souls definitely, though, was... I played both the remake and the original on PS3. That one definitely shows where their... what's it called? Philosophy in gameplay was starting to change. Whereas everything you fight in Demon Souls was more outside in the areas, and the bosses were kind of the last minute addition. I hated the man-eaters, though. Those guys are bastards. Anyway, going into the not Dark Souls 2 coffin. Demon Souls also has a golden winged helm. I'm trying to think where that is. Anyway, we're going up this elevator in a coffin. Also, we're going up feet first. My neck is not surviving this. My head hurts just thinking about that. Also, hang on, I'm just gonna... retweet the stream. I don't want Twitter Blue, I want my profile. Damn it, here it is. Okay. Okay, now we're in a new area. Excuse me. Where the heck are we? Yeah, no, to the UK. God, imagine Yharnam in... all of a sudden they just drop you in the middle of Yharnam and Elden Ring. That would be awesome. Yeah, no, I hate the mind flayers in Demon Souls. With a passion. You plague-ridden rat! This town's finished. Ow. Oh, that was close. I took a gamble and I won. GG. I was watching a clip of somebody losing in what's it called? Bloodborne. Actually, first of all, they were cheesing in Bloodborne by just using the hunter's axe. Oh, thank God. And hiding behind graves while fighting Gascoigne. And my friend was complaining while we were watching it, like, why doesn't the AI just, go around it? This is such nonsense. And I say, as soon as they go into the phase 2 of Gascoigne, I'm like, about that, and he breaks the grave, and I thought it was the funniest thing. Gascoigne's a really cool fight. We love cheating. I usually try my best not to cheese bosses as much as I can help it, depending on what I do. But if it's like a certain point where I'm just like, alright, Buster, if that's how you want to play, we'll play. Which is why I tend to bring Blood Flame into Melania's fight, just to deal with her constant healing. Because if the game didn't want me to use that, they wouldn't give it to me in the first place. That's my old motif about it. To be honest, the reason why Souls games are that amazing is because people can break those games in the most wild way. I know. I don't do a lot of like the crazy builds when it comes to like videos like the guys who do like one punch builds in Dark Souls. I will say though, the what's it called? The blood beast pellets in Bloodborne take matches and make them into complete jokes. I used to have issues with fighting Dark Beast Parl, but because I keep using the beast pellets, I just destroy that fight in an instant. Yimfair would not upload in YouTube. Sorry, I'm reading and fighting ants at the same time. Pop goes the weasel. Newman's Rune and a rune arc. This is my favorite part because you get to pop a bunch of ants. Pop. Oh, now I fall off the edge. I will say, it doesn't have to be a Bloodborne sequel or anything, but I hope FromSoft in the future makes another game that uses trick weapons. Dark Beast Prowl is like super hard early, but super easy when you fight him mid-game. Yeah, pretty much. I usually don't fight him until after I at least get through Vicar Amelia. Also, about to die to ants. Back, beasts! Back! Okay. That's a good question. Where is the mid difficulty? Kind of goes out the window once you get beast pellets. Actually, you know what? A good example of cheesing is I don't like fighting the blood-starved beast because of the poison it emits, so I usually will throw a blood cocktail to distract it while I whoop it from behind. Hi, I'm deaf, no lie. I was wondering, can you help me to be Mogot boss? If you are deaf, ooh, Elden stars, then let me just humor you for a second. Almost made me rage quit when I played Bloodborne for the whole... Yeah, no, exactly. The Bloodstarved Beast is one of my least favorite early bosses. Anyway, Moon. Sorry, Moon. I don't usually help. Sorry, Moon. I'm not taking co-op. I don't know how to say this without sounding like an asshole. Usually, I'm trying to focus on playing by myself. I'm not doing co-op at the moment. Good luck with Morgott. Just... I don't want to disbelieve somebody saying they're deaf, so that's why I wrote that. But yeah, usually I don't do co-op in my streams. I don't need assistance when it comes to certain bosses. You'd be surprised how often asking if I need help with certain things like this. Okay, I'm just looking around to make sure I don't miss any items. Let me just make sure I don't fall to my death. No worries, all good. I don't know how to play solo because I am the worst player. Co-op is fun when you just want to do stupid stuff. That's definitely true. I've been meaning to want to play Bloodborne again with a friend, but we haven't been able to get around doing that. In the future, I might do some co-op stuff with friends, but not at any time, like for stream purposes. I gotta save up for a proper computer, so that'll be something to do later on. You can do it, Moon. I believe you. Well, I'm struggling because I have weak gun. I mean sword. Imagine a gun in Elden Ring. That'd be sick. The closest we have is the jar cannon. Weak gun. Is this Call of Duty? Actually, I was about to say Bloodborne is the more astute response. Another item. I don't know what fell, but thank you for the runes. Want to hear a cool fact? What is this cool fact? I like cool facts. Demon Souls was supposed to have a laser gun that has scaling with intelligence. No cap. I believe it. They have the... what's it called? Hey, don't do that to my poor friend. If you look at the data files, for some reason it's got the gun from Gears of War 3 in its files. But they didn't, because middle-aged game. Yeah. Definitely wouldn't make sense. Imagine if they brought that back in with Bloodborne. Because they have the Gatling guns, but just like a straight up laser gun. They could get around it, calling it arcane magic. They would have to just make it appropriate looking for the time. Ooh, look at all these rocks that I probably don't use. Arcane equals faith intelligence. Yeah, pretty much. Though there's no really like a super deep magic system other than like the items you could use, but they replace your silver bullets. Well, other than that, not too much of a magic system. Fun fact, I actually didn't really get into magic until this game. I always found the attunement system for spell slots to be kind of annoying. And again, I like being a knight, so I have to sacrifice points into faith or intelligence, which could then be used for vitality so I could wear heavier equipment. Which I'm also glad they got rid of in this. Alright, anyway. 40 endurance, let's see. I think I'm going to start putting some into arcane. Magic is fun when you mix it with melee. Exactly. Plus the animations definitely in this have gotten better. Like, if you ever look at the lightning spear in Dark Souls 1, how you just awkwardly raise your hand up and then throw it, looks really awkward compared to just winding it up like that. Anyway.
Lord Godwin, such cruelty, such humiliation. Oh, my poor sweet lordling should have died a true death. As the first of the demigods to die, as a martyr to destined death. But why must it yet bring such disgrace? A scion of the Golden Bough, sentenced to live in death. How could such a thing come to be?
Sorry, Mike didn't die. I was listening to what she was saying. I usually don't interrupt when characters are having dialogue. Unless Mike did die. Hello? Okay, yeah. If I ever go silent, it's either I'm either away from the game or I'm listening to dialogue. Also, everyone's favorite basilisks are here, and more poor excuses for gargoyles. Mom walks in. Very rarely does that happen. That's why I'm like dead. Yeah, I don't like talking over the cutscenes. In the event that some people who haven't played this are interested. Though I will sometimes make a quip here and there if I'm quick enough. Bones. By the way, is your build like night? Not really. It's combination of, well, it's kind of hard to tell because I have hang on. Yeah, I'm mainly doing like strength and faith with a little bit of arcane into it, like high vigor and equip mode. Yeah, a little bit. I'm also doing my best I haven't gone to Mogwyn Castle, or Mogwyn Palace yet, to farm off of Albanor, because I've been trying to keep it relatively on the same level as you would, with the occasional of me, like, you know, offline doing like a quick co-op thing here and there, just to get a couple more runes. But other than that, I'm staying pretty on par with what you can do. My build is like, it was like I must have 20 at least in every stat. That's fair. The reason why my dexterity is the lowest is because I wanted to focus on strength and heavy for the Zweihander, because that's not usually a good sword for trying to do balance or quality builds like that. Plus the Zweihander does that. Ow, death. There we go. Mausoleum Knight Armor. I love to use both miracles and spells. I like dex and strength weapons too. Yeah, my build is not a one focus thing. That's fair. If you get it, if it works for you, it works. Did I remember to? I did not. I also like to have a pocket Reduvia on hand. I like bleed a lot. Having long HP game bar early is kinda not fit for early game vibes. Yeah, I guess. I usually build strength before I go into vigor. Or vigor. So it makes sense. Also, speaking of health bars not being the highest here. Yep, see? Just like that. This is an area where I'm like, I wish my health bar was higher now because of that. But alas, it is not. Rest in pasta. They just become spaghetti on the floor. Okay. Also, is that an item I missed there? Or is that just somebody shining off of somebody's back? That's just a shiny stump. Alright, let's try this again. So far, how many great runes do you have? I have Godric's, Renalla's, Radahn's, Morgott's, and Rykard. We have 5 so far. Ow. Godric's is really good if you just want that extra quick boost, but it kind of falls off once you reach like 50 in some areas. Ow. And jump. There we go. I didn't even focus on her name, or his name, I don't know. Siluria. Siluria's tree. I find it funny though, because we had the other Crucible Knight fight, where you got his sword and all his armor all at once, but for some reason, here, they put the Crucible Tree helm, armor, gauntlets, and greaves in a chest. Don't know why. I don't know why. Crucible Knight armor is really cool. Anyway, here are those other guys over here. I'm just gonna ignore them real quick. Get that. Oh, you dickhead. I can't believe that actually happened. Crucible fight gives me Pursuer vibes. Little bit. Speaking of leveling up, I tried to do, because Dark Souls 2, why does it have ADP? The adaptability stat in Dark Souls 2, I tried to focus on that too early, and then I rushed into the pursuer fight with barely enough damage to face him off. So what I had to do was I got lucky and managed to parry him. First of all, I'm awful at parrying, but then also managed to get to the ballista that's all over the map in the arena. I was able to get that off on him and whittle him down enough to finally get a proper kill there. It's one of those things where I'm just like, okay, need to reallocate my stats. Oh god. Oof. It was kind of to a point where I was just like thinking like maybe I should just forget about ADP and just focus on everything else. I almost turned into a Christmas tree because of Somberstone. What's your fave boss in Elden Ring? Just want to know. Like I said before, Rykard, Radahn, and Mohg are probably my favorite bosses. I think Mohg might be the top of that list. I died again. I just like his music, his arena, his presence, how much of a fiend he is lore-wise. I will admit something, Elden Ring has the worst PvP. I don't like PvP in Souls game in general, so that's like, you know, I could take or leave when it comes to that. But it S tier PvP, PvE, yeah, that's the thing. Also, I died again, so now I gotta go back and get my stuff. I think I'm just trying to go up this route to get to the walking mausoleum on the other side. I always found PvP to be just a game of Ring Around the Rosie, where you just constantly run away. The person you're trying to fight will run away, make you use up all your stamina trying to catch up to him, and then he'll have enough to hit you in one hit, and I'm just like, that's fun. That's always the blast team. Supposed to be is full of guys with spears. Yeah. So is this one, actually. People power stand spears all the time, and I'm just like, this is obnoxious. I would very much like to actually fight a proper duel, please, thank you, instead of you just crouching down and stabbing my shins with the spears. Yeah, no. I actually use magic a lot more in PvP just because no one ever wants to stay still, so I'm just like, that's it, you're all getting dragon breath attack. I wish this thing had a health bar so I could see just how much is left. Unless, no, that was plenty. I know everyone's go-to is to say that Dark Souls 2 has the best PvP, but that's not saying much because, as mentioned, I already don't like the PvP. We're not gonna. I only use the mausoleums unless I want both items off of one thing. But we're gonna use the mausoleums later for a different soul. It was amazing if you play it after Dark Souls 3. Like I said, I already don't care much for PvP in these games. Yeah, we're underneath the waterfall. Wait, unless I forgot. Was there an illusional wall there? No. Right here? No. I know there's like a hole that you go into around here. Oh yeah, I should probably go get the map here. You're our good old classic PvE. Yep, that's me. That's the best way. Rune Bear. Okay, we're just gonna try to do this real quick. Oh, that did nothing. That did nothing. Thank you. Ah, damn it. Curse me for wanting extra damage on a bear. I love how this thing inflicts bleed as if it's gonna scrape me enough to cause me to hemorrhage before it takes my health away. There we go. Oh yeah, no, bleed is like one of my favorite stats. I would go into Mogwyn Palace and get the Swarm of Fly spells. This was before it got super nerfed into the ground. And I kid you not, I beat like 5 bosses using that as my primary weapon. I felt like Beelzebub. Release the bees. Yeah, I feel like bleed doesn't like work in the same sense as like it does now in Demon Souls. From what I understand, it's kind of like you're just slowly losing health on the same vein as like a poison stat. I already got this. Alright, let me get the map. I'm trying to remember where it is. It's like they buff it by 95%. Oh yeah. There it is. In Millicent's questline, when you fight her sisters, the easiest way to deal with them is to use Mohg's spear and just knee heal them to death. Vacuum slice. That's where you find it. I thought Bernal gives it to you. Good thing you can't infuse every weapon with bleed on the ring, because this will outclass frost infusion. Yeah, I definitely did try to like see how many stats I could put on like one thing. I think the Serpent katana, you could still put poison. It still does poison and bleed, so if you wanted to, you can make it extra annoying. Ow, 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 ow. Fire. Bad. Yeah, pretty much. That's why for a minute you saw everybody copy Let Me Solo Her and using Rivers of Blood and a Frost Katana. Because you have blood, flame and bleed on one sword, and then frost and bleed again on the other. Bro, I feel bad for these guys. They can't turn back. Yeah. They're gross abominations made out of wax, the poor critters. Just trying to find a way to get out there without touching the basilisks. Oh god. Yep, well. My horse is dead. I forgot they always have their perfume breath. Imagine you get like 3,600 different runes from them, and you fight a super hard mob, and they give you 324 runes, only 300 runes more than the guy. Yeah, that's one of the, you know, major criticisms of this game is the rune displacement is kind of all over the place, which I can agree to some extent. Like, you fight the Tree Sentinel in Limgrave, one of the first real wall stomping bastards, and oh god. Oh god. Couldn't see where I was going. Oh, I'm dead. You have the Tree Sentinel that stops everyone in their path, and they only give you about 4,000 runes by comparison. Which, you know, in the long run is not going to help you, especially if you're in the late game, and come back to that. Versus, again, the Albinorix in Mogwyn Palace that give you about 50,000 runes. If you also have all the stats that increase it as well. So it's kind of all over the place in that regards. Which I think is a fair point to make, but it never really bothered me. We'll say what's bothering me is Khalid, a white rot dragon that has 20k health, gives you 25,000 runes, and a dragon Geralt, which had 10k HP, gives you 80,000 runes. Yeah. You can actually make it higher than that, which is crazy. I usually wait until I get the gold scarab, and then I have the group passwords on, so I get that 5% bonus every so often. Prince of Death's Staff. That's my go-to for sorceries. Not because I use death sorceries, I just like how edgy it looks. Like, why would fight the strong one if he's gonna give me less? True. Though to be fair, I think the challenge from Geralt technically stems from you having to fight all the babies around her. But Geralt's, like, Northern Khalid is way harder to fight by comparison. So most people usually just stab her thigh until she bleeds out. Where am I going? I keep getting sidetracked by things I keep seeing. They both drop Dragon Heart, so what's the point? Well, if you want to use Dragon Heart spells, that's usually the point in that regard. It also, the Rotten Dragon unlocks the version where you can use the Dragon Rot breath in the air, which is why I usually try to fight that one as well. Okay. I don't use them? Well, then you can ignore them. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a guy who goes around fighting everything. Because that's the reward in my head. Which is why you see me fighting these innocent gargoyles. Even though they haven't done anything to me. Mostly because I want my runes back, but that's not the point. And we also, let me just get this over here. So I don't have to keep climbing up right away. Sometimes half the stuff in that's a sorcery related thing is useless to me, but you know what? I had fun fighting the bastard, so that's my reward enough. Also, I'm just going over there real quick before we enter the other area. Elden Ring is a thick game. You see when you beat Dark Souls, there's no bosses left, and making your build stronger is kind of pointless. Exactly. That's the thing. You don't... Limgrave is a good example. In Limgrave, once you're through both Stormvale and the Weeping Peninsula, that amount of time, you're already done with usually like Dark Souls at that point. Let's see, how many... Yeah, I'm 55 hours into this. I would already be done with most Soulsborne games at this point. That's why this game is hefty with content. And ants. Big ants with weird, gross faces like this. Ow. And they also cause poison buildup. At that point, it's mostly just for New Game Plus, which I don't really use a lot of the boss weapons in the past games because, I don't know. I never... The way how to get them, especially in Dark Souls 1, was really, really annoying to go through because you had to build up one weapon all the way up to the best and then sacrifice it to get a boss weapon, versus later on it's just traded for a soul, which I think was much better implemented. And you even see it in this where you get remembrances for boss weapons, but sometimes bosses just straight up drop weapons as well. I'm trying to remember if there's anything up here. I thought there was like a hole or something you can go down. Was it literally just the ants? I feel like I'm going crazy here. I guess it's just it. I thought there was more stuff up here. Okay, help me, gotta go, because Mom, my bell is on, so yeah, stay safe. You have a heart of gold, don't let them take it from you. Love and forgive. See you next time. Alright, Kareem, thanks for subscribing. I usually stream on here from Monday to Thursday, so hopefully you'll be able to see it. Thank you again, you have yourself a good night. I'm just gonna go fight everything in here. Kareem left the server. Brilliant. How much does a Newman give me? Okay. We're just gonna get through, we're gonna fight Fortifacts and then we'll call it a stream. By the way, my time is 6:30 a.m. so yeah, daytime. Yeah, go to bed. Your brain is gonna turn to mush. Take it from somebody who's pulled all-nighters working on stuff. It's not fun. Alright, goodbye. This disgusting abomination. I hope we fight this thing in the DLC. I want to be gross or not. Oh, you're gonna stick around till the end? I mean, that's fine. I hope that thing, you fight that in DLC. Fierce champion. Next. Roger, oh no! Next. Oh, in one fell swoop. Get out of here, Lionel. Real easy fight. You! I should have known you would be here.
Ah, there you are. I knew you would come. What is it you intend? To deny us and our ways?
Yes.
Like the dogmatic brutes of the Golden Order?
I mean, no. I want to be held.
You are an odd one. I am the guardian of those who live in death. They call me a foul
Alright,
and
later.
rotten witch. Yet you still wish to be held by me? Have you ever seen a Hallowbrand? When the first of the demigods
Yes, you have. Now go to bed!
his flesh was marked with the half-wheel wound of the centipede.
I mean, if you want to see me fight
Has since been
Fortifex, you're free to stay, but I'm gonna end the stream afterwards.
There's another Hallowbrand out there somewhere, and I must find it before the time comes we receive our Lord. When Godwyn died, a Hallowbrand scored his flesh, but another exists. Another mark in the shape of the half
No problem.
wound of the centipede, and I must find it before the time comes we receive our Lord. My hands will be dirtied once more by the deed. Will you still let me hold you, even then?
Yes.
This is the other Hallowbrand. How did you... Oh, my utmost thanks. With this, Godwyn can take his rightful place as first of the dead, and claim a second, illustrious life. You are mine, our true champion. And though I can't be of any use to you, can I hold you tight? If only for a moment.
She snaps my neck. Radiant Balsh's blessing.
I will soon lay with Godwyn, and it will surely stir within me the new life of the Golden Prince, and first dead of the demigods, as the rune of those who live in death. Please,
Excuse me.
do one thing for me. Brandish this child, my rune, and take for yourself the throne. Stay
YouTube
the
is too
earthly
soft.
portion of those who live in death by becoming our conceive, brandish my rune, and stay the persecution of those who live in death by becoming our Elden Lord.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I sometimes I forget. I gotta set that up myself. I forget how to do it, but it's something I definitely have to set up because unless you're obviously you're not saying just random slurs in there, but you should be able to curse if you want. It's not like you're cursing me out. But whatever. I don't forget if I forget how many times I have to be held before she goes to sleep. I gotta reset the area though, that's for sure.
I will soon to conceive, brandish, stay the by becoming.
Yeah, okay. Bro, I think Mom is gonna send me to the afterlife. Yeah, dude, go to bed. Don't bring me into this. Cause it's gonna take like a good 5 minutes before I can fight Fortifex. Go to bed. Yeah, it's not my fault. Not my problem. I'm not responsible for people's bad sleep schedules. I already have my own bad sleep schedules to begin with.
This is goodbye, my dear. But I am satisfied. I choose to lie with Godwyn. Not the remains of one chosen for me. And I will bear a child who will inherit your warmth too. What greater blessing could there be but to be born a deathbed companion? This is good, but I choose to.
Yeah, okay. Also, your child is like a rune. I don't understand how this works, but also you bear a child from hugging a what I can only imagine smells like Brussels sprouts. There is a tiny chance I will dip out in mid-battle, cause good old Mom, you probably should have dipped out already, but at this point, it's like talking to all. No offense, but I appreciate you staying by regardless. Let me just get out my dragon wound grease so I can wound this fiend just a little more. Depends though how strong I am by comparison, because I only just realized how good dragon wound grease is against dragons, which makes sense, because it's literally called dragon wound. I guess my goodbye was pointless. That's whatever. This is such a cool fight. Oh god. This is such a cool move here. Oh, never mind. I thought he was gonna swing his blade at me. There it is. There we go. Got him. Legend failed. Remembrance of the Lich Dragon. Alright. That was the most fair dragon boss in Soul series. Maybe. I do think the having to roll out of that lightning aura that's on top of you was kind of annoying. Mending Rune of the Death Prince. Pious hood, robe. Alright, Remembrance of the Lich Dragon. Take the power of its namesake via finger reader. The power of its namesake. After Godwyn the Golden became the Prince of Death, the ancient dragon fought long and hard against the death within its companion. Alas, victory was never achieved, and its only reward was corruption. I'm actually going to save that because I like the spells that you can get from it, so we're going to save that. Also, there's the depth root right there. Or deep root. Anyway, we're going to go back here now. Remember that guy in the corner crying? Well, we got to give his twin armor back now, for real. Okay, man, this time. Goodbye, homie. Stay safe. Until next time. Thank you. Now go to bed. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Because I'm going to be wrapping up soon. I'm just doing this little story bit real quick. So you're not going to be missing much. Look at this crying child here. Oh, boo-hoo. You want your brother Darian or whatever. Here's some twin armor. Pretty sure you both have the same voice actor, so I don't know why you're crying. That was your fault. Not my fault. Didn't think you would be here for so long.
Of the Golden Order, the Order's justice writ in blood. This is what's become of your precious witch.
I'm glad you think so.
Expired meat and bone. This is a proper death, oh Prince. Look at this rotten whore. No more children can be got from this useless flesh. Behold, your mother is dead. This is revenge, you witch.
Alright, later, Kareem.
This is the wrath of D.
I prefer the will of D, thank you. One Piece joke.
Hello. The rotten witch is dead. The Golden Order unsullied.
Now I can look my brother Darian in the eye. Honeyed rays of gold, deliver my spirit. Darian, now I have no regrets. Honeyed rays of gold, deliver my spirit. Darian, honeyed ray.
Yeah, just making sure. Yeah, about that. First of all, Alfred did it better in Bloodborne. Second of all, that was my friend. And third of all, fuck the Golden Order.
How could this? Forgive me. This Darian.
Anyway, inseparable sword, and the twin armor is back with me. And with that, we have finished Fia's questline, and now we have a mending rune from there. I like that spell. The words of the fingers guide you. Okay. I don't think I talked to Gideon about the Famileeee just yet.
I hear you helped get the girl back on her feet. Though I'm not her foster father anymore, I'd still like to thank you. Sorry for the time you had to waste.
Bastard. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's gonna be a stream. Tomorrow, I'm gonna try doing some more side quest stuff, like Selin's whole thing with the Comet Azure and all that. Maybe do some dungeons I might have missed along the way. But yeah, it's gonna be a very not super focused stream. Like I said, we're not gonna be focusing all too much in that regard until much later with the top of the mountains.
Greetings, are you here for... Greetings, are you here for spirit? I feel like I'm really coming to grips with spirit tuning of late.
Tuning?
I can see how and why immortal essence exists.
Dead Eva, thank you for the follow.
Golden Order. I can understand their yearnings.
If you're watching me on PlayStation, feel free to follow me on youtube.com/TheArgoNinja.
I'm no mere apprentice any longer. Once again, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Moderica, the certified spirit tuner.
Kind of talked over that, but it's whatever. Ketsy, how cute. Anyway, yeah, that's going to be a stream. Thank you to everybody who stopped by to watch. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.